Hello and welcome to the Older Battle's Moonstone report.
Yay.
First one with Jack for a long time. We've gone for the classic Yeldy Battle's board with the good old road map and these buildings. It's been a long time. Well, I played more recently. Oops, not the camera while I try and adjust my mask. A lot of times since Jack played, so again, please excuse any possible rules mistakes. Despite the fact we've played a million games, we must go wrong. So here's the drop. I've tried to use nice brightly coloured moonstones to make them easy to see, but they are literally all here. Pretty central. We had 2 mulligans to get there, but that's what we got. So I've gone for a giant list. I've got Lubard, Dimmer, Daniel, Kaufman, Brunhilde and Gotchgut. Jack's gone full Fauns.
Yes, I've got Mr. Koodles, Wendigo, Gloom, Hoff, Chubbs, and Jada over there.
Yeah, that's my Jada model on top of the big thing. Do apologise for the lack of paintiness on some of the models. Basically, I think it's like with lockdown, you just don't know. I lost a lot of motivation to do a lot of painting.
Yeah, it does help.
And because we just weren't playing Moonstone, like I was doing solo 40k reports, so I was therefore painting 40k models, but wasn't painting Moonstone models. I have painted put some paint on Lubard and Brunhilde actually, and Dimmer.
Painted those two.
Yeah, those two painted ones are there, so I apologize for not painting this, but we did just want to use these models, and we thought, we'll just use them anyway. So yeah, at the moment, Jack's got the initiative. I chose this end to deploy on, mainly because I was sat here. So again, we're both wearing masks, so I apologize if it's a bit muffled. I have got a microphone actually I'll put into the phone for the next lot of recording. I forgot to put it in for this intro, but I'll add that in. And again, and as usual, I'll keep recording down to certainly, well, not a minimum, but I won't record things like heal and movement and digging and things like that. We'll just do like shooting and melee. I'll do the odd recap. Okay, let's crack on with turn 1. Okay, so coming in approximately halfway through turn 1, Jack made me go first. Brunhilde did Epic Ballads of Giant Heroes, gave all giants +1 energy, then she moved up. Then I think Jada went over here, picked up the Moonstone. Daniel picked up the Moonstone here. Gloom moved up and picked the Moonstone there. Dimmer got a catastrophe on his card, so he lost 3 health. Idiots. He just jogged up, and now Hoff's moved up, and he's doing Hunting Horn?
Hunting Horn
on Wendigo. So it'll move Wendigo X +1 inches. He's looking for a pink.
Pink 2.
What's the catastrophe?
Catastrophe, the target is moved up to 3 inches by the resisting player.
No, I think you can have it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Okay, so after Hoff moved Wendigo, you can just see the lip of Wendigo's base there. He moved himself up. You can see him behind here. Gotchgut used all his energy to just charge at the board. And now Chubbs is taking a shot at Dimmer, who you can see just at the bottom of your screen here. It's +2, -2 because of the cauldron thing. So you're 3.
Yeah.
3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're looking for green.
Yeah.
These are the defending cards.
What does he have in terms of defense? Like
none.
Nothing.
No. -2 gets impact, but it's piercing. So.
Green 1.
So let's do 1 damage, won't it?
X +1.
2 damage.
2 damage.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll leave it.
Okay.
Fine.
Yep.
Probably the wrong thing to do. I think you're bluffing. Jack wants to show me his hand because I think he's being a... Oh, wow, okay. Okay, no, he definitely had a green 1. Definitely had a green 1. Glad I didn't call bluff. Okay, here we are, end of turn 1. I don't really remember what happened after my last recording, but did we do Chubbs yet? Yeah, Chubbs did a shot at... That was the last thing. Chubbs got a shot in at Dimmer, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then Kaufman moved to here and did Shower of Gold in a spot there, exactly 4 inches between Gotchgut and Jada, pulled them towards each other. That was my last thing, I think. Lubard moved around here. Jack did Blighted Elixir on Wendigo and got +2 energy. he then moved up. There was lots of umming and ahhing. Like, he was really close to being able to do a step with Lubard and then make him attack Dim and Dimmer, but he wasn't quite in range.
Just out of range, yeah.
And same with this one, he was Dim and Dimmer was just over 3 inches from both of these two, so he couldn't do it either. So in the end, he moved him up and moved him 2 inches away, kind of in range of Lubard, so they might have to hit each other next turn. But also away from that Moonstone that he could get next turn. So yeah, let's go on to turn 2. So despite Jack getting +2, I won the roll-off, which was quite infuriating for Jack really. Dim and Dimmer went first. He got the +1 energy from Daniel. He then got +2 energy from his card that he flipped. He jogged up, dug up the Moonstone, stepped, and then Wendigo stepped in. So we've got some melee. Some giants hitting some smelly fawns. These are my 4 cards. You ready, Jackie boy? This is the one I'm going to play.
Thrust.
Falling swing.
So I deal 2, which goes up to 3 because I'm magic claws.
They just do +1, do they?
Yeah, always
Okay.
+1.
I deal 2 because it's 0
You
plus
just
2.
get +2.
Yeah, 0 plus 2.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it again. Okay, round 2. Using mine again. This is the one I'm going to play. It's not Lubard.
Oh god. Moving up.
Falling swing.
Oh no.
So I deal.
2. You deal 5.
I deal 5, yeah. And you'll deal 3?
3.
Yeah.
5.
5, yeah.
Wow, got 1 health left.
I've got 3 health left, so it's not much better. Okay, that's what happens next. Okay, Jack's umming and ahhing for a while to do next, but
I never am an R. I'm very decisive.
Well, it's not that umming and ahhing actually sounds unfair. You're right. It's not umming and ahhing. It's thinking about the right decision.
Yeah.
Umming and ahhing. You're right. Actually, umming and ahhing sounds like you don't know what you're doing. It's actually you were thinking, like you were considering moving Hoff in. You had options of what you could do. You've got to deal with Dim and Dimmer really.
Yeah.
Because he's in the way and stuff.
Yeah, get him down. Yeah.
So actually, umming and ahhing. It does sound harsh. So sorry. So anyway, these are my 2 cards. This is the one I'm going to go for.
Oh my god. There we go. What is it? Sweeping cut?
Right, attack.
So sweeping cut versus...
I kill you.
Yeah, and I'll kill you. Well, I've got 3 anyway, but I think one of them's enough to kill you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because it'll be 2 plus 1.
Yeah, and unfortunately...
And mine is 2.
I die before I... Oh, no, it's not on... Yeah, it's on... No, it's on Sweeping Cut anyway, so I can't do nothing.
It's not on sweeping cut, is it?
No.
It's on
But
mine.
even if it was, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, so basically we kill each other.
Yeah, and you drop the Moonstone.
Yeah, so you get to place it, but we're not touching the same stone, so where do you want it? You want it on your side?
Oh yeah, you want to put one of those down.
You want to
Put it
like there?
closer to the... In between the thingy.
Like there?
Gap there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so what we're doing to avoid us touching the same things as much as possible, Jack has a little stack of stones there. So if he digs up a stone, I remove the stone and put it over here, and he picks up one of those stones and puts it on here, so he's not touching the same things. So yeah, I'll remove Dim and Dimmer now, and that's on to my turn next.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the death of Wendigo and Dim and Dimmer, which was the last thing recorded, Korthma moved up and did a bag of gold about here where Jada's standing. She used all her energy to move across and get rid of it. Daniel did plant a placard to move everyone here a bit more. And now you're going with Mr. Toodle. He's moved up and he's now trying to do Lullaby on Brunhilde. He's looking for a blue or red 2. These are his cards. These are my cards, sorry. I think.
Blue 2.
Bluff. You're lucky though, I don't have a catastrophe.
Yeah.
But I have both blue 2s and a red 2.
Yeah, I had 2 catastrophes, so I figured I could probably...
Yeah. Yeah. What is a catastrophe for
I
it?
just take 2 wounds, so it's not,
Okay.
not that bad.
Cool, okay, that's that done. Okay, so we're actually on the last activation of the turn, but I'm just going to summarise what else has happened. So, I remember now, we've done quite a lot.
Brunhilde went?
Brunhilde went... No, actually, that stuff happened before that. You went with Chubbs, who did misdirection on Lubard and moved him further away.
Oh, we said Mr. did we watch Mr. Toodles? We filmed him, so he went and he tried to.
He tried to do Lullaby on Brunhilde and failed.
Then he went
moved over and did Black Elixir on Chubbs, giving him +2 energy.
Probably +1.
+1 energy.
Yeah.
Then I probably moved with someone. Daniel did Plant the Placard.
Yeah.
Remember? It's hard to remember because it's like because there's so much thought going into each of our activations that we forget what's happened. Daniel did do Plant the Placard at some point, and everyone kind of moved around a little bit. Lubard went and got the Moonstone, so he's holding one. But actually, he did that first. Then Brunhilde did Epic Ballad still, giving Gotchgut another energy and Lubard another energy. Chubb did Misdirection on Lubard, moved him further away. Gotchgut moved in and grabbed the Moonstone. Hoff's the last one left.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, Gloom moved up and got the Moonstone.
2 now.
He's got 2. Hoff did Hunting Horn on Gloom. I kind of want to film this one actually, but Jack called the red one. I called his bluff.
And it was.
A red one. He did a red one again. I called the bluff again. I was holding a red one and a red 2 and 2 catastrophes. I was kind of.
So I got to move him 4 inches.
Because we're in 4 inches, so he's very safe with those 2 Moonstones basically. Like, your Moonstones are pretty much safe. I can't really get your 3. You're trying to get my 4.
Yeah.
I'm holding 4 now. No, I'm holding 3, but Corkman's stood next to 1. So then Hoff's come up and he's done the only thing he really can do, which is hitting Gotchgut.
Yeah.
I had 1 left energy left on Brunhilde. She stepped in to reduce his melee a little bit. These are my cards. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, it's falling swing off.
Which is basically 0.
Falling
I'll do +2.
0. I also do +2 because it's impact.
Yep, and I'll be -1. I suffer -1 because I'm magical, so I suffer 1 and you suffer 2.
Yeah. Ramshackle armor.
Yep. Okay. Next. Okay, round 2.
Attack.
These are mine. The middle one of those 3 is the one I'm going to play.
Oh, I need to play this. We can cut.
So you'll deal 2 -1. I'll deal 5. No, I'll deal 4. I'll deal 4. So I've done a thrust and that's on a falling swing. So I read that wrong. I was voting thrust. I'll suffer 0 +2 -1.
Yeah, 1.
And I'll deal +2 +2. I'll deal 2 +2. So I'll deal 4.
4. Okay. I did not come out very well.
No, I suffered 2. You suffered 6. Didn't go well.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, and that is the end of turn 2. So here we are. Turn 2. We both lost 1. And then we're kind of just. It's. I'm liking the Giants, I have to say. I like having a lot of health.
Yeah,
I think I've got a lot of health.
Well, it's like when you've got 2 there up in front of you.
That's it.
What can you do?
That's 27 health there.
Well, it doesn't help.
And even more because he's -1 against all non-magicals, so he's even more than 20 than 14 health really.
I need another combat character really.
Well, I killed the other one.
Exactly.
That's basically what happened. Okay, let's see what happens in turn 3. Okay, beginning of turn 3. It took us 6 roll-offs to decide who was going to get the first turn. The first one was a draw. Second one was a draw. Third one, Jack won, and I made him re-roll it with Daniels, and then there was a draw. Fourth one was a draw. I think it was 5 it took.
And then the 5th one.
And the 5th one I got a 6, and Jack rolled a 1. So in spite of the fact that he chose the initiative,
I haven't got
not with a single roll-off yet.
Yeah.
So going first again with Brunhilde. I gave her the extra energy from Daniel as well. And she's just going to hit off. He's got 3 health left. She's got 13 health. Can she finish him off? These are my cards. And this is the one I'm going to go for. Falling tongue off again.
2 falling off.
Wait, it's 0.
Oh yeah, 0.
So you'll do 2 and I'll do 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm +2. 2 each.
Got no defensive stuff then on her.
No, she hasn't got any defensive stuff, no. So 2 each, which is much worse for you. Okay, round 2. These are mine. That's what I'm going to go for.
Oh.
I'm going to bat you to the ground, mate. That's 4 damage.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it was I wasn't going to do the rising attack because I didn't have any. I'll show you my cards. I didn't have any low guards, so it was between that and a thrust. But I thought you might play a sweeping cut.
Yeah, I was very good at sweeping cut
because I had 2 high guards. I thought you probably haven't got a high guard, so that's a dead Hoff. He's not carrying a Moonstone.
You have hassled the Hoff.
I've hassled him thoroughly, haven't I? Then, I'll say this on camera, I may as well. She's then going to spend her last energy to do Epic Ballad of Giant Heroes. It'll give +1 to Lubard and Gotchka. And then she'll move somewhere, but I'll do that now. Actually, she's pretty just going to move in front of Gotchka. So you have to go through her first. That's her done. So next up is Brunhilde. Just say Brunhilde. Next up is, because I looked at her first, is Jada is shooting a bow at Gotchka. This is the arcane resist hand. You look at the greens.
Yeah, green one.
So it'll do 1 damage. Because he's -1. Yeah, it's fine. So here we are, end of turn 3. I can't remember what the last thing that happened was. I think you shot.
The last thing that happened was Gloom did some wounds to.
Yeah, I didn't film that
5
though.
wounds, actually.
Didn't film that though. The last one I filmed was you shooting Gotchka with Jada.
Yeah, we
didn't film much more after that because there's been mainly just kind of movement and stuff. So
well, yeah, and also it was shooting.
It was shooting stuff that had loads of wounds, basically. So basically, something up the last that turn. Chubb shot Lubard and did 3 wounds. Gloom did did 5 wounds to Brunhilde with Creeping Darkness, it was called. Jada shot Gotchka and did a couple, and that was near the beginning.
1 wound, maybe.
But essentially, how it's ended up is all my 4 Moonstone characters are all over here, with basically quite a lot of health between them. Daniel and Kaufman, who are the weakest, have both got full health. Lubard's got 11, Gotchka's got 11. And Jack's over here. Stuck.
So
Brunhilde's in the way, so Jack's conceding. Having a bit of a chat about kind of what went right, what went wrong. My initial plan with the Giants was to have Kaufman and Daniel pick up the majority of the Moonstones and the Giants just like shield it essentially.
Yeah.
And I kind of did that a little bit. I kind of did that with Dim and Dimmer and with Brunhilde. Brunhilde did it literally perfectly. I mean, she was, as far as I'm concerned, Brunhilde was my model, my woman of the match.
Yeah.
Because she handed out so much more energy every turn. She killed Hoff, not by herself, but she finished off Hoff, and then just got royally in the way. I mean, pretty much everyone. I mean, Lubard didn't do it. Like, he picked up a Moonstone, but Dim and Dimmer killed Wendigo for me, so he did well. Kaufman annoyed you with a bit of bad gold and showers of gold.
Yeah.
Got a Moonstone. Daniel handed out energy, moved people with plant the placard, and carried a Moonstone. Gotchka beat up Hoff, picked up a Moonstone. So everyone kind of, apart from Lubard, who, to be fair, is carrying a Moonstone, so he's still meeting one of the victory conditions. So mine kind of went pretty much to plan, really.
Yeah.
I
just didn't know how to deal with the Giants because I was stuck between get too close and they'll clobber you. So like most of mine are quite squishy.
Yeah, because you've got no defence and all of my Giants are +2 damage.
So I couldn't want to be close to them, but then I had to go to the middle to get Moonstones, and once I'd lost my 2 combat characters, I just didn't know, I couldn't go up there then, and you were free to send Brunhilde down here. And
I think
very quickly I was out of range of them and I couldn't start going. And if I did go up, like he's got 2 Moonstones, he can't start going up because you can easily kill him.
Yeah, Gloom had 2 Moonstones,
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, Chubbs is a good Moonstone character because he's got the range.
Yeah.
Like, Gloom is a good Moonstone character because he's already slow. So you're not losing anything in terms of his movement.
Yeah.
But he's also can do quite a lot of damage with X+1 magical. So, it's, I don't know what you could do differently, really. I mean...
Well, one of the problems was Hoff. I think I didn't use him very well. Something went wrong there because it got to a stage very quickly where it was clear that Hoff couldn't deal with the situation.
No, because basically he ended up in combat with Gotchka and Brunhilde, which partly is how I played it.
Yeah.
I put them together knowing that that's going to be impossible to deal with.
Probably should have kept Hoff and Wendigo together, maybe.
Maybe Hoff and Wendigo together. It's hard to say, really. Don't know whether the Moonstone drop. I mean, we did the Moonstone drop. It looked okay, but I wonder if they were slightly closer to me.
Once you in turn 1, I think, once you'd moved up, I saw how close you were to all your Moonstones.
Yeah, I think we didn't measure it, did we? It's the thing.
But you chose that side, though.
I did win
Yeah.
deployment at Tosa's side, to be fair.
And
You
we
did the Moonstone drop, I
we
did
both
choose his side.
And we both mulligan, so.
And we both mulligan, so
we couldn't
yeah, we
do
couldn't
that.
really do more to change the Moonstones, really. And you still got 3.
Yeah.
So it really came down to the one that was here, that 3. And I managed to get the 3, which is again down to her doing epic ballads by giving him an extra energy. He could pick it up in one go.
And it was this ability to come to the middle and stake the claim with all the 2-inch melee, and at one point you accidentally stopped me getting the Moonstone.
Yeah, with Lubard, yeah, I didn't
3
need
inch
to.
melee. You could come stake the claim, and then it's you know.
And I think the thing that I really like this giant list. It's very simple as well because there's not really any much in the way of arcane. Our activation order is only important in terms of like Horseman maybe and Brunhilde
and keeping Lubard near people.
Keeping Lubard near people. So there's some. But it's not like there's a set order for stuff you have to do.
I think I mentioned. I can't remember who mentioned it on film, but there was one point where I didn't step Chubbs, just randomly just didn't step him.
It's basically end of turn 1, because then in the beginning of turn 2 you couldn't do something.
Because I was out of range I could have misdirected Lubard and it would have stranded
And you could have stuck him like literally all the way over here.
And stranded him.
And he would have been, well, he wouldn't necessarily be stranded, because I probably could have moved. I could have moved Daniel over.
Yeah.
Done plant a placard and moved him 2 inches further in, and I probably could have done it, but it would have basically meant me being out of position then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much effect that was, but that was annoying.
We don't know.
Just randomly not stepping in for no reason. Oh, no.
Yeah, it was annoying that you just forgot to do something and it did potentially affect your game.
But I still think that strategy that I didn't work. Because it was kind of very difficult. It might have worked if I'd been on that side.
Yeah.
Because I really couldn't. I had to get the Moonstone to come back, and then I had the range to keep.
I mean, there's things like turn 1. I pretty much spent turn 1 either picking up Moonstones or legging it towards you. I mean, Gotchkat was like here by turn 1. Like I made him he was 17 inches up the board turn 1.
Yeah.
Because he was started tail and moved him 7. Brunhilde was like 16 inches up the board.
Yeah.
Which is almost halfway up the board.
Yeah.
And it's like suddenly it's like, oh god, and he was like adjacent or in line with all the Moonstones. It's like then he's either going to move across and hit you.
Yeah.
And so was Dim and Dimmer. I had literally 3 giants right next to all the middle of the board with all the Moonstones, and that's a terrifying prospect. Dealing if you've just got Gotchka is hard enough sometimes. Dealing with 4 giants. And I think the thing is you didn't really have any big arcane hitters.
No, I didn't have a scary.
You didn't have like a Diana who could just suddenly just do a Shadow or like a Foxglove who's like an X+2 or like Fire Spitter or Rybold.
The bows are relative. I mean, mostly, unless you do a bit of shenanigans, but pretty much you're going to be firing one shot most of the time. And against Gotchka, it's.
I think because your bows were quite far apart, you couldn't concentrate them that easily.
No, but I mean, even so, 2 damage to Gotchka. Not really too worrying.
No.
There's nothing like really. I mean, maybe Gloom.
Smothering Darkness, X+1 magical, so gets through any. I mean, Gotchka's the only giant's got any defense.
Yeah.
Well, Dim was minus against impact, but it's relatively irrelevant. Yeah. So, I mean, there was when you had no armour, I had very little, just Gotchka in terms of defensive stuff. I mean, Kaufman was obviously defended by being near Gotchgut and Brunhilde, so you couldn't hit him. Daniel, problem with Daniel is that Daniel, you couldn't kill him in one go and he would have just healed.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see how a non-giant melee list works out against giants. Because that was the problem with like...
And a non-giant melee, right, yeah.
It's almost like I'm doubling down on like, well, not only have you got melee lists, so I can't really also they're giants, so I really can't deal with them.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if you brought like a Dominion list of, say, Bristlenose, I think what were the melee ones that are quite sort of tough as well. Like Doug, Bristlenose.
Do you have like Fencer?
Yeah, thinking fairies, Fencer.
Yeah.
Right now I can't think of characters now. What other goblins are good at hitting stuff? Belladonna's really good against Belladonna's really good against giants because she can bring in Belladonna and the Mortician against giants is mental. Because you could go and just murder one
Yeah.
and then bring her back anyway. Because he's going to hit them with it.
Morticia can only resurrect goblins though, can't he?
Resurrect anyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, resurrect anyone, so...
Ew. Yeah, that'd be mental.
But so Bear One's a good one. To be honest, I don't think trying to match Giants melee for melee is a very good idea.
No.
Because they've, like I said, they've almost all got at least +2.
Yeah.
If not +3. And they've got more health than you. So they'll just out-health you in melee.
All 2-inch melee.
And all got at least 2-inch melee. It's better to try and arcane them. So like a really heavy arcane, either goblin or fairy list. So like Rybold, Fire Spitter, probably want Shabaroon in there to help them out.
Yeah.
The Mortician maybe. The Goblin King list with Rybold in and the Fire Spitter in would be quite a brutal list against them. Possibly Belladonna in it as well.
I think this list was a bit sort of neither here nor there, wasn't it? It had a bit of a ranged, bit of movement, bit of melee.
But you've used this list before. Oh no, I think you had Boris in it. Who did you not have Boris? You didn't take Gloom. Remember when we played one and you used Fauns and you had Boris though?
I can't remember. Yeah.
Boris probably would be better in this list, to be fair, because he can also bring a Jackalope in for you.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to give him the extra energy to do that with both Chubbs and with the tool.
I think that's what I did last time, isn't it? I took Boris.
Yeah, Boris would have been a good one. Because then with Boris you can hold up giants with rabbits.
Was that the last time we played?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
I think that was where it got really complicated around here with the mid-tail with...
Yeah, I didn't used to come with what I used in that game, but...
Yeah.
But it's fun though, to play some Moonstone again. Really fun to play some Moonstone again. I like bringing my giants out. It's fun to bring a giant list.
I love using Fauns, but I think I just need to... There's some things which I only really thought about partway through the match. Of like synergies and things I wasn't doing.
But as we said like near the beginning, there's so many rules. This first time you played Moonstone since what, like March?
Yeah.
And it's middle of August now.
Yeah.
I've only played one game. I didn't use this list. Well, I did face Fleshbolt again in my other last game.
I think the game's probably the least impact Kaufman's had. What's the actually? Because bringing Jada and Gotchka together didn't really do anything.
No, but it threatened you.
She went and got it straight away.
And it moved Gotchka further up. The bad goal just made you do something. I mean, Jada, you might have wanted to bring her around here and shoot.
Yeah.
It made you go backwards with her. And then, turn 3 he just picked the Moonstone up, and turn 4 he wouldn't. This is turn 3, so he would have legged it in turn 4. But there's also just the threat of Kaufman sometimes, and in the end he's alive with the Moonstone, so
he gets the last laugh.
He gets the last laugh, yeah, and he's still got a bag of gold in his hand. Because like Lubard didn't do what he's supposed to do.
No.
He's supposed to go up and hit stuff, but in the end he's ended the game with the Moonstone, so yeah. Cool. Well, we'll leave it there. Check out the Facebook page, etc. Patreon page, please. Also, do check out Dicing with Life. They do Moonstone reports as well. And they're pretty good. I really enjoy them anyway. And they're really nice people as well, and they're fun to watch. That's it.
Cool. Yeah. That's it.
We'll try and make sure next time we're using fully painted.
Yeah.
We should be able to, but we just wanted to choose what we wanted this time. I'm just going to show. This is Mike.
So cool.
Just going to show the top of a tree. Looks cool. Yeah. Going to paint her soon. Thanks a lot for watching.
See you next time.